Hi children, welcome to the online classes. This is Sai Kumar, Faculty of Physics in Montessori English Medium School, LRpeta Palakul. So today we are going to start a physics chapter from your science textbook, that is playing with magnets. So I think all of you may played with magnets, right? So you may played with magnets. If you are played with magnets, then it is a very easy chapter with this This is very easy chapter for you. We will discuss the topics already you know, but we will write in some statements and definitions. Okay, this is a very easy chapter for you if you well played with the magnets. Okay, let us discuss what is the where you have found the magnets. What is the use of the magnets? What is the use? Sometimes in some offices you can find the pin box. So there will be a plastic box like this, and a magnet will be kept here. So small pins will be attracted to the mouth of this box. So in that case the magnets will be used like that. So sometimes some magnetic attractive objects will be sticks to our fridges. You can observe some magnets with some decorating objects. Magnets can also be used in the purpose of decorating. So some decorating objects we will stick to the fridges. So if you observe those decorating objects, there will be a magnet to its back side. So magnets will be used like this, or magnets can also be used for in microphones. Whenever you are kept some earphones, if any damaged earphones is there, just remove the earphone and observe there will be a small magnet presented inside it. Your TV is having every speaker, every sound producing object, every sound producing electric instrument uses magnet. So let us learn about what is this magnet. So who discovered the magnet first? So let us learn about the story of magnet. Let us learn about the story of magnet. About 2500 years ago, about 2500 years ago, there lived a shepherd. Named as Magnus. So there is a shepherd. Shepherd means who used to take his sheep. Takes his sheep for grazing and like that. So a shepherd is there and his name is Magnus. So he taken his sheep for grazing. Means for taking the food for the sheep. So he has taken his sheep for grazing. He has taken his sheep for grazing. So while grazing, the shepherd will carry a stick. You know that maximum shepherds will carry a stick, and his stick is having a iron cap at the end. Magnus is carrying a stick. And this stick is having a iron cap at its end. So the sheep are grazing on the fields, and Magnus went to some field near to a pond. So he has stick in his hand, and the stick is having iron cap at its end. So Magnus carrying a stick having iron cap at the end. This stick is having iron cap at the end. So he went to some pond. So what you will do when you have stick and pond near to you? You will do some shit in the pond. You make some play with the pond and stick. So simply he was just poking in the pebbles in the pond. Poking means he is just applying some force. He is doing like this in the pond. So there are some stones inside the pond. So there is a pond. So he was just dipping this stick and just playing with the pebbles. He just poking the pebbles. And suddenly he experienced that some stone is attracted to this iron cap. Some stone is attracted to this. And stick to that iron cap. Stone is attracted to the iron cap. So he was poking in the pond with stick. A stone is attracted to the stick. So he went to the pond and just poking the pebbles inside the pond. A stone is attracted to iron cap. So when he removed the stick out of the pond and observed that stone is attracting to the iron cap. So that stone is called as magnet, and that stone we will call it as lodestone. What we call it as lodestone. We will call it as lodestone. So this is the natural magnet. What is a magnet? A magnet is a stone. A magnet is nothing but it is a stone which is having attracting capability of for some substance. Magnet doesn't attract everything. Magnet doesn't attract plastic objects. It attracts only few objects, right? So magnet is a stone which is able to attract some objects. So what is the name of the natural magnet? So the natural magnet name is lodestone. So he has found, Magnus first discovered the magnet. So what is the name of that natural magnet? Lodestone. Natural magnet. So we will call this stone, the stone attracted to the iron is nothing but magnet, and that natural magnet we will call it as lodestone. A stone is attracted to the iron cap. So that stone is a magnet. That stone is a magnet which is called as lodestone. So lodestone is a natural magnet available in the nature. It is not made by the human. It is naturally available in the nature. It is available in the nature only. That's why it is a natural magnet. What is the name of the natural magnet? Lodestone. Lodestone is the natural magnet. Then what is the magnet? Magnet is a stone which attracts some objects, which attracts some substances. Magnet is a stone. So this is the story of a magnet. So what is the story of the magnet? Once upon a time, that is about 2500 years ago, there lived a shepherd called as Magnus. A shepherd name is Magnus. He went along with he has taken his sheep for grazing. While the sheep are grazing on the fields, he has stick and went to the nearest pond. He just poking the stick, poking the pebbles inside the pond. He was just doing, and he was playing with the pond using his stick. So while he was poking the pebbles means he was just striking the stones inside the pond with the stick. So whenever the stick is having iron cap, So whenever he was poking, he was playing with the stick in the pond, some stone is attracted, some stone is attracted to the iron cap. He was experienced that. So when he removed the stick and observed and removed the stone and again tried and again kept near to it, again it is attracted. He removed the stone and again tried, so that again it will be attracting. So he found, he was astonished, he was surprised. So how this is attracting? So what he has found is, he has found a magnet. What is a magnet? A magnet is a stone, which attracts some substances, So he has found that stone, it is a natural magnet. We will call that natural magnet as lodestone. Lodestone is a natural magnet. There are several magnets, there are man-made magnets are also there. But what is the natural magnet present on the earth, on the surface of the earth is lodestone. Lodestone is a naturally available magnet. So this is the story of magnet. So let us classify the substances depending on magnetic property. So how many types of substances are there? There are solid substances are there, liquid substances are there, and gaseous substances are there. So you have made three classifications. You have said three different types of substances. One is solid substances, liquid substances, and gases. So substances is divided into three types depending on the state, whether it is if it is solid substance, if it is liquid substance. So this classification depends on state. But whereas now divide this substance depending on magnetic behavior, depending on magnetic nature. Substances are classified into two types. One is magnetic substances. What is meant by magnetic substances? Substances which are attracted to the magnet or materials. You can call as magnetic materials. Materials which are attracted to magnet are called magnetic materials. Safety pin, will it attract to magnet? Yes, safety pins will attract to magnet. Nails, yes, it will be attracts to magnet. 1 rupee coin, yes, it will attract to magnet. If you take 5 rupees bronze coin, it will not attract to magnet. So plastic, it will not attract to magnet. So materials which are attracted to magnets are called magnetic substances or magnetic materials. So materials which are attracted to magnet, materials which are attracted to magnet are called magnetic materials. So the substances which are the materials which attracts to magnet are called magnetic materials. What are the examples? Examples are safety pin, nails, iron rod, 1 rupee coins, these will attract to the magnets. Hence, these are the magnetic substances. These are the magnetic substances, magnetic materials, or magnetic substances or magnetic materials. What are magnetic materials? Materials which are attracted to magnet are called magnetic materials. And second one is non-magnetic materials. Non-magnetic materials. Non-magnetic materials. So, materials which are attracted to magnet are called magnetic materials. Materials which are not attracted to magnet are called non-magnetic materials. Very simple, very simple. So, materials which are not attracted to magnet, materials which are not attracted to magnet are called non-magnetic materials. Materials which are not attracted to magnets are called non-magnetic materials. What are the examples? So, the examples are scale doesn't attract to the magnet. Eraser you will use, it doesn't attract to the magnet. Plastic substances does not attract to the magnet. Clothes, these are the clothes, doesn't attract to magnets, etc. There are several examples. So, these are the substances which are not attracted by the magnets. So, these are the non-magnetic materials. What are the magnetic materials? Every iron substances, iron, cobalt, aluminum, these are all the magnetic materials. So, now this is the classification of substances depending on magnetic nature, depending on their magnetic behavior. Is it attracts the plastic substance attracts to the magnet? No, this is the magnetic behavior. What is its magnetic behavior? It doesn't attracts to magnet. If you take a safety pin, it attracts to magnet. Depending on magnetic nature, substances are classified into two types. What are those two types? One is magnetic materials and another one is non-magnetic materials. Magnetic materials, which are materials which are attracted to magnet are called magnetic materials. Materials which are not attracted to magnet are called non-magnetic materials. So, let us discuss about poles of the magnet. Let us discuss about poles of the magnet. So, before learning about the poles of the magnet, how many different shapes that the magnet can exist? How many different shapes of magnet can exist? Magnet may exist in different shapes. So, you can find different shapes of magnets. So, let us look how many different shapes we can get the magnet. Different shapes of magnet. So, you can find the magnet in the shape of a bar. Bar means this is the bar, cuboid shape, bar magnet. We will call this as bar magnet. Bar magnet is one of the shape of the magnet, and magnets can also be in the shape of disc. Magnets can also be in the shape of, so we will call this as disc magnet. We will call this as disc magnet. Ring magnets will also be there. What is it? Ring magnets. So, ring magnets. So, if possible, I will bring in the next class to show you the different shapes of the magnet. So, this is a ring magnet. Ring magnet and horseshoe magnet. Horseshoe will be in the shape of, in this shape, horseshoe. So, horseshoes are made with iron. So, horseshoes are in this shape. Hence, this is called as horseshoe magnet. Horseshoe magnet. So these are the different shapes of magnets. Magnet will be available in these different shapes. Nowadays we will find more than this, but these are the most useful shapes of magnet that we are using in our present technologies. Okay, these are the different shapes of magnet that exist, that we will use most frequently. Okay, there are mainly 4 different shapes of magnets are there. One is bar magnet, disc magnet, ring magnet and horseshoe magnet. So do you know about iron fillings? Iron fillings. Do you know about the iron fillings? What is meant by iron fillings? Iron fillings. Iron fillings. Iron fillings are nothing but small, very dust particles of iron. Small particles of iron are called iron fillings. Small particles of iron. Small particles of iron is called as iron fillings. Small particles of iron is called as iron fillings. How can you collect these iron fillings? If you are having any magnet, I think most of you may have a ring shaped magnets. Ring shaped magnets, or you can find these ring shaped magnets in speakers. You can find these ring shaped magnets in speakers. If any one of you is having magnets, okay, just take that magnet and roll that magnet in the sand, in a dry sand. Roll that magnet in a dry sand. For example, if you are having a bar magnet, if you are having a bar magnet, if you have bar magnet, take this magnet and place this magnet in a sand. Roll this magnet in a sand. Roll this magnet in a sand. So a small particles will be attracted to this. Small particles will be attracted to the magnet. So when you place the magnet in the sand and roll it slightly, if you remove the magnet from the sand, small particles will be attached to the magnets. Just take a white paper and collect these small particles into that paper, and again roll this bar magnet in the sand. So in this way you can collect the iron fillings. You can find the iron fillings in sand. How can you collect it? How can you collect the iron particles? Just whatever the magnet you have, take it and place it in the sand and just roll it once. Just roll it once, and just if you remove the magnet from the sand, small particles will be attracted to this magnet. So just to separate those small particles in a separate paper and just collect it. So those we will call as iron fillings. Iron fillings are nothing but small particles of iron. Small particles of iron are nothing but iron fillings. So after collecting the iron fillings, just take a bar magnet. I have taken a bar magnet here. Take a bar magnet and place a paper on it. I have placed a paper on it. So under this paper, bar magnet is there. Under this paper, bar magnet is there. So you have collected the iron fillings, right? Iron fillings means very small particles. You have placed a magnet under this paper. So this magnet is placed under the paper. So just sprinkle this iron fillings. Sprinkle means just place some iron fillings. So if you place some iron fillings and just make some disturbance like this, so just tap the paper like this. Tap the paper. If you tap the paper, iron fillings will be attracted like this. Iron fillings will be attracted the iron fillings, small iron fillings will be arranged like this. I will show you tomorrow. So the small particles, whenever you visit to the school, I will show to you. Okay. So small particles will be attracted to the ends of the magnet, will be arranged like this. So you can observe more particles will be attracted at their ends. Bar magnet is having two ends. Bar magnet is having, this is the bar magnet, it is having two ends. More iron fillings will be attracted here. More iron fillings are attracted here. What does that mean? These two ends is having high attracting capacity. The ends of the bar magnet, I have considered a bar magnet. The bar magnet is having high attracting capacity. The bar magnet is having high attracting capacity. Attracting capacity. We will call those ends as poles of the magnet. We will call those ends as poles of the magnet. So what you have observed, iron fillings are, most number of iron fillings are attracted to the ends of the bar magnet. What that represents? High attracting capacity at the ends of the bar magnet. So we will call the ends of the bar magnet as poles of the magnet. We will call the ends of the bar magnet as poles of the bar magnet. So let us write what are poles of a magnet. What are poles of a magnet? The ends of the magnet, the ends of the bar magnet, the ends of the bar magnet is having high attracting capacity, high attracting capacity. Those ends are called as poles of the magnet. Those ends of the magnet, those ends of the magnet are called poles of the magnet. So at the poles, that means at the ends of the bar magnet, attracting capacity is high. High attracting capacity is there, poles of the magnet. So a magnet is having high attracting capacity at their ends. What we call those ends as poles of the magnet. So this is about poles of the magnet. So let us consider a bar magnet. Let us consider a bar magnet. So I have considered a bar magnet and color its one end. Color its one end. I have colored this end with different color and tie a thread to it. And tie a thread to it. Freely suspend the magnet. So I have taken a bar magnet. One end is colored with some different color and other end is left like that. So half of the bar magnet is colored and half of the bar magnet is colored with blue here and half of the bar magnet is left like that only. So I just suspended, I have tied a thread to the magnet and I just watching how the magnet will be comes to rest. So here the blue is in this side and the colorless part is showing in this side. It aligns, it arranges like this. How the magnet was arranged, the blue is in this direction and the colorless part is in this direction. I have suspended the magnet with the thread. I have tied a magnet to the thread. I have tied a thread to the magnet and I have suspended. So the magnet arranges blue in this direction and colorless part in this direction. I just turned this magnet like this, but it again turned like this. I turned the magnet like this, but again turned like this. So every time I was suspending the magnet, the blue is always in this side only. So how many times I have did this experiment, the colored part blue is always situated in this direction and the colorless part is in this direction. Why? So if you suspend the magnet, it always shows a particular direction. It always arranges in a particular direction. Arranges in a particular direction. So I have suspended a bar magnet and it aligns in some particular direction. So the bar magnet, one end which is towards south is called as south pole. Magnet, the end which is towards south, bar magnet is having two ends. When you suspended the bar magnet freely, it aligns in some particular direction. It arranges in particular direction. So the end which is towards south is called south pole, and the end which is pointing towards north side, north, is called north pole. So the bar magnet is having two ends. These two ends is having high attracting capacity. We will call those two ends as poles of the magnet. So if you suspend the bar magnet freely, it arranges in a particular direction, always arranges in that particular direction. So the end which is towards south direction is called as south pole. The end which is pointing towards north is called as north pole. So with this session is completed. In the next session, we will discuss the later topics. Thank you.